Okay, I want to preface my fumble of the week this week, Samaria, by stating that all of what I am about to say is purely related to sports and athletics, and that this person may in fact be an incredible human being away from the game of basketball. Okay, is that good? That sounds nice? Here we go. We have been a part of this platform long enough now for those out there to tune in to know how I feel about Rudy Gobert. I think, if you haven't heard, that he is ass, okay? But lately, it's not just me. It now seems like the entire country of France, and specifically the head coach of the French national team, is starting to see Rudy Gobert the same way that I do. Now, in France's quarterfinal victory over Canada, Gobert not only did not start, but he only played all of 3 minutes. Now, this is not anything to give somebody the fumble of the week about, right? Like, I didn't give Jason Tatum the fumble of the week or Joel Embiid the fumble of the week. Rudy Gobert, though, is getting the fumble of the week for making up a story about having thumb surgery, and that being the reason that he got benched and did not start. French national head coach Vincent Collette said, no, my friend, not so fast. He let the world know that it was a basketball decision and that Rudy did not have surgery. He just wasn't a good matchup against Canada. And based on the fact that France beat Canada, right, which was a surprise because Canada was a favorite to go and play the USA team in the gold medal round, it was in fact the right decision. But here we are again, Samaria, with another reminder that Rudy Gobert is none of what his accolades say he is. He is a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 3-time NBA All-Star, and he can't stay on the court and is being benched for someone not even in the league? Now, this is not to say that Gershon Yabusele, who the French national team coach inserted into the lineup, isn't talented. He was a first-round pick of the Celtics back in 2016, taken at number 16. But I mean, he only lasted for 2 years in the league. I probably could have given this fumble to anybody else, but I just think that Rudy Gobert is ass, and I'm glad that other people are starting to see it too. So can we please stop giving him awards that do not reflect his true value? Thank you. That is all. Fumble of the week. Samaria, what are your thoughts?
This was the biggest moment for Rudy Gobert. Not only were you starting, you were possibly the star of this team. This is your country is hosting the Olympics. This is a huge moment for you all to go out and do something that you've never done before. And they have to bench you. And then they play better when you're not on the floor.
But this is what happens with the Timberwolves. This is what happened with the Utah Jazz, right? In the playoffs, you cannot play Rudy Gobert. So it's
in
just,
the big moments,
yeah, you can't play him when it matters the most. And, you know, I don't, sure, he can be in the league. He's 7'2", so he has value. But just all of this, like 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, that's a Hall of Famer. He has a Hall of Fame jacket. Like, his resume is crazy, but he is none of that. None of his peers regard him in that light. None of his peers respect him the way that Ben Wallace's peers respected him or Draymond Green's peers respected him. This is not about the fact that he can't even put the ball in the basket. You can't even be on the court to do the one thing that you do well. There's not even a defensive 3 seconds in international FIBA basketball. So, like, you can't even... So, it's just, you know...
Maybe it's a mental thing. I'm about to go in my...
No,
my therapy bag. My therapy bag, because it seems like something just not like we've seen him have great games. Obviously, he's done these things. He has the accolades to prove it. But then for whatever reason, when there's a big moment and the lights are shining the brightest, he just shuts down. And the fact that you have to be benched during the Olympics in your country is the host country. You are in France. And you have to be benched. That is literally a pivotal moment in your career, and you will never be able to live that down.
Yeah, and we'll see. France takes on Germany in the semifinals. We'll see if he gets any tick. It's being said that they don't know where he falls in that rotation. Maybe if they make it to the gold medal game, going against Team USA, you know, with AD, Bam, and Joel Embiid, maybe he will be a necessary asset. But I don't see it. I just genuinely don't see it. I think he generally makes teams worse off when he's on the floor when it matters the most. And sorry, that's just
Do you feel like after he's lied and the coach had to come out and say, "Oh no, dog, not around here, partner"?
Yo, and we've seen him. We've seen him have some mental fragility, so to be called out like that on the stage in your country, like that may affect his mental ability to show up and be a decent performer. I don't think he's gonna be great regardless, but to be a decent performer and contributor for his team, I don't know how that's gonna affect him. You know, I want him to have a good opportunity to be the best version of himself, but again, I just don't think the best version of himself is as great as his contract says he is, and that's where I fall on it. Anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts on my fumble of the week being Rudy Gobert for lying about having thumb surgery in the midst of the 2024 Parisian Olympics.